Well, part of Adair, I thought of this summer, and just what a blessing he has been to me, and I'm just so aware that it's from the Lord. Today when Bill Kitchell talks about strengthening, being a friend that strengthens your hand in God, that's Adair. I think specifically what I've seen her growing is her humility and her compassion. Like, even when I'm being a really obnoxious friend to have, Adair is so humble. And it's things that should only be from Christ. So I've just been, and she continually encourages me, and as she listens to me, she's quick to point me to truth.
And I wouldn't ramble on and on or anything. I kind of just jotted down some little notes here, so bear with me. But I think the main thing I've seen Adair growing of late, I feel like she's really grown in compassion a lot. I think I've seen that through the way you've been serving. Whether it's serving Hannah, like this spring when she was struggling, or even now. Just seeking to serve her as she's an intern by picking up girls or being in her parlor so she can help her kind of share that load. And also with that, seeking to serve new girls that are coming around, planning things, inviting them to cliff jumping or inviting them to football games with you, or seeking to meet them one-on-one and just really caring for them and their souls. I just really feel like God's just grown you a lot in that. And also just for me as well, kind of like Sophie said, like the summer, the voicemails and things she would leave for me, just like little ways she would always share for me. Just really appreciate that. And I think God's just grown you a ton in compassion.
Alright, so I'm over here. Adair is my accountability partner and soon to be maid of honor, so I'm very grateful for her. And over the past year and a half, I've just seen her grow a lot in a ton of different ways, but a lot in like just her love for learning more about God, like just through reading the Bible and through reading different articles, Spurgeon articles, like all the time, and just different books, and just the way, like she really loves that, like she really enjoys it, and I benefit from it because she shares with me like what she's learning and gives me articles that usually I never read, but still like I'm still ungrateful for them. I know where they are, and I learn from them because you tell me like what you read in them, and then also just like Sophie said, like your humility has been. I think the Lord just really worked on that, and like just you're like so quick to seek correction and just to confess. Like you'll say something and like 5 minutes later you'll be like, hey, I don't think that was really, like I think that was sinful, and like you'll just confess so quickly, and I'm like, oh, I didn't even know, but and so I mean I learned from your example, and like I'm very, very grateful for you, and there's so much more I could say, but thanks for being a great friend. So.
And I just would say, like, over the past couple of years, the main thing I've seen is just God grow your love for Him and for His Word and for His glory. But it's played itself out in different things, and usually it's like quieter things that like other people wouldn't necessarily observe. I mean, people can observe like you in worship, like very joyful, and but I think a lot of the things that I've seen is just God growing your heart for others, and what I'm most encouraged by just recently is seeing God grow your heart for the lost and your heart for just people coming around who don't know anyone yet. And I think God's just giving you desire to want to serve them and be outside yourself, like where it would be a lot more comfortable for you to hang out with your closest friends. I've just seen you lay that down and instead want to give people rides and want to draw people out and start new conversations and be willing to just expand your friend group and not like hold your life so closely. But also I've just seen you serving people like crazy, but especially me, and like Rachel mentioned it, but last year Adair did like a million things to serve me. Like she would do my lunch every week and clean our apartment like crazy, and this summer she like was super generous with me when I was out of money, and like I just see this is God's work in your life, that you'll be so generous and so quick to serve in a million ways and like just such practical ways. So, and then also I think just you pointed my gaze to Christ like over and over again. Like you mentioned, like she's always sending us like email quotes, and like my shower is filled with like scripture and different Spurgeon quotes, and just like articles and sermons. And like this summer I got to read like 1 million books and listen to 1 million sermons, and it's just encouraging because it just shows like you used to just enjoy reading like up. You love stories in high school, and just seeing how God's changed it, like, it's so work in your heart, like, that now you want to read about God, and you want to read about His glory. Like, that, there was some, who was it? I think Steve DeMahany or someone said that, like, it's just a worship, it reveals the worship of God in someone when they start to want to read a lot and about God, and I've just seen that the past couple of years, like, when I first gave you some spiritual books back in high school, when you were in high school, like, you didn't want to pick it up, and now you're like, can't get enough and just reading like crazy, and I just see that's the Spirit's working in your life, and I think God has been, like, filling you with the Spirit and just giving you desire to live for His glory. So I've been really encouraged. I'm really grateful for you. I can't imagine better sisters. So, and I just thought maybe I'll just pray for you real quick, and then the rest of the night, we don't have anything planned, so hang out as long as you want. There's games, I think, and, you know, just enjoy hanging out. So thanks for coming, all of you. I'm really grateful. God, I just want to pray for Adair. I thank you for her, God. I thank you that you've saved her. I thank you that she knows you, God, and that her sins are forgiven. And I just pray that you would give her grace right now, God, that she would be encouraged, that you would help her to see that this is real and this is your work in her heart, God. She wouldn't be like this apart from you. She would be loving sin, and she would not be loving you, God. So I thank you that you've done this work in her heart. Thank you that her sins are forgiven and she's going to spend eternity with you. And I pray that you would just fill her afresh with your Spirit, God, that she would be just longing for you, God, more than ever, and for your glory. And I pray that she would be satisfied in your unfailing love, God. And I pray that you would just give her boldness this year, God, and evangelism. And I pray that she would just be others focused. And I pray that you would give her grace, God, just to enjoy you. And I pray that her soul would be happy in you. I pray all this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.